Hello guys, good morning. We're doing another car vlog because I was so tired last night. I got home and I did the things that I need to do around the house and I went to bed. I laid down. I was actually watching Impractical Jokers. I watch that show all the time. If it's not something true crime, then I'm watching Impractical Jokers. But either way, I just laid down. I was like, I'm gonna lay down for a few minutes, just like watch some TV, and I fell asleep within literally maybe 5 or 10 minutes. So I was just really tired, but that being said, I woke up no problem this morning, so I guess I just needed some sleep. So I wanted to talk about, the holidays are obviously coming up. Whether you're someone that celebrates Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, if you don't celebrate at all, that's fine too. But I think no matter what, chances are is you're going to come across a video or several videos over the next couple of weeks, especially, where this whole idea of heavy consumerism comes into play. And before I share my thoughts on the consumerism side of holiday videos on YouTube, I feel like I need to put this out there. My God, I feel like I have to put a disclaimer in front of everything that I say. But either way, I know that most of you guys understand this, but for those that might be a little confused, I understand that some people don't have a problem with consumerism, and that's fine. If you don't care about constantly being sold to and constantly having ads and product placements and look at all the things that I buy every single day from influencers, that's okay. That's good for you. If you feel good about that, then more power to you. And I realize that on my channel, there are times where I share what I buy. I did the little Whole Foods, video. It was last week or the week before last, where I showed a few things that I got from Whole Foods. I realized that the other day I went to Sephora and stopped by Lush and got a couple of things. So I am not saying that I am the grade A example of perfection, obviously, because I'm far from it. But there is this fine line that, is definitely out there, where it's a happy medium between, and that's kind of the place that I like to at least attempt to stay. It's a happy medium of not constantly showing, look at all the things that I'm buying, look at all the money that I'm spending. It can be an amount that can be relatable to some people, depending on what your version of relatable is. So I'm never here to say that what I'm doing is the perfect thing. All I'm doing is I'm doing my best to stay in a zone where I'm not constantly pushing consumerism. But I also realize that there are some of you guys that once in a while you're interested to see, what am I spending money on? What's worth it at Sephora, or what is worth it at Target? So once in a while, yes, those videos will come along. But I also realize that most of you understand that when I'm talking about heavy consumerism channels, it's constant. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, every single thing has something to do with money that's being spent. And obviously we talked about the other day how there's obviously a whole nother issue when your money is coming from exploiting your kids. That's a different conversation. When we're talking about heavy consumerism as a general concept, it can be extremely tone deaf to many people. You know, the things that I consider unrelatable would be, you know, having a Lamborghini sitting in your driveway in, you know, a $3 million house. Like, that's not relatable to me at all. Spending $300 every trip when you go to Target, that's not relatable to me. You know, I said this last year, spending $800 on groceries when we're literally heading into a pandemic is tone deaf to me. Do I think that people shouldn't buy groceries? No, that would be dumb. But when we're talking about spending $800 and showing all of that to your subscribers and saying, look what I spent $800 on, when some of them had just lost their jobs, didn't know if they were going to be able to find another job, we're experiencing issues putting food on their table. Like, that is annoying to me. It's tone deaf. It's unrelatable. So, you know, my whole idea has always been to try to stay somewhere in the middle and not be way out here in left field, just constantly pushing consumerism and bragging about all the junk that you know, buy at Target every single week. $300 to $400 hauls every single week. No, like, that's not normal. That is abnormal behavior. That is pushing consumerism. That is not, you know, an average trip to the store. So either way, I know most of y'all understand that, and I'm sorry for that long disclaimer, but again, this goes back to everything being misconstrued and twisted, but whatever. So what I wanted to talk about today is this whole idea of going into the holidays. I do feel like even on heavy consumerism channels, it's amped up 2 to 3 times when we're looking at this time of year. And I also realize that pushing products is part of the whole gig, especially when we're thinking about gift guides and what to buy your husband, what to buy your wife, what to buy your kids, what I bought my kids, what I bought my husband, what I bought my wife, what I bought my parents. Like, there's so many different videos that can be done around holidays and buying and spending. So I know that they're coming, but no matter what holiday you recognize, or if you don't recognize any at all, I urge you to, if you feel like consuming this content, you feel bad about yourself, or you get anxious about what it is that you're going to be able to afford for your kids, or for your significant other, or for your friends, or, you know, whatever, I urge you to think about what you're spending time watching this time of year, because I also realize that the holidays can be extremely tough on people's mental health and how it is they feel, just about everything. You know, holidays are really hard on a lot of people. Holidays are hard for people who don't have family, or they might be distant from their family, or not even talk to them at all. So heavy consumerism is always an issue, but I think with the holidays you kind of get this like trifecta of different emotions and different things that can kind of snowball into possibly not being in a really good place mentally. And that's the kind of stuff that I worry about. I think about it, and I don't ever want to be here to contribute to anyone's negative mental state, or, you know, something that I do is deliberately making someone feel terrible about what they're spending on their own family. So last year, and I will probably do this again, I'll probably do it next week so that there's enough time. Last year I did it a little late, but I did a video about free gift ideas. So I did one about free gifts, and then I also did one, I think it was gifts for under $20 from Target. So I will probably do, I don't know if I'll combine those or do them separately again. I feel like flex culture has really taken off in a really interesting way when you think about how prominent social media is in our lives now, where, you know, even 10 years ago, it was different than what it is now, because we had Facebook, but we didn't really have TikTok and Instagram, you know, like they are now. And I do feel like part of giving and part of buying things is also amped up because you can post it on social media and you can get likes and you can get attention and admiration because of what you bought or what you received. So social media definitely it plays a role in it as well. But I guess my whole solution, if I'm presenting a problem and I needed to present a solution alongside it, it would be, think about who you're watching over the next month. Think about, you know, if you're following people on Instagram who are heavy into consumerism, mute their stories, mute their posts. If you enjoy this person but you just feel like it's getting annoying, you know, there's several people that I follow on Instagram and I have muted their story just because I don't want to see your story anymore, because you're either posting nonsense or you're just annoying. So, you know, mute their story and give it a month. If you feel like it's just constant nonsense, you know, there are definitely tools that you can use to not see that stuff in your feed. But just know, I will say what I've always said. When it comes to the holidays, if your kids are, you know, if your kids or your child is living in a safe home, you have heat and hot water and they have a bed to sleep in and they have clothes, that's all the kids need. Kids need presents, they need protection, they need a role model. They don't need a new iPhone and, you know, $3,000 worth of toys in order to make them happy. All of those things are extras, and I look back on my own childhood and I think I was very lucky. I always had really great Christmases as far as really positive memories. You know, my dad always, especially, he would go above and beyond. I remember when Furby came out and it was like the hot toy. He went everywhere to find me a Furby, and he finally ended up finding me one, and that was awesome. And I appreciated his dedication and, want to get me the hottest toy. But when I'm sitting here as an adult looking back on Christmases as a child, I don't remember all the toys. I remember having a Christmas tree that I could help decorate. I remember spending time watching movies. I remember, going over to my grandma's and spending time with her, making cookies and, that kind of stuff. I don't remember the dollar tag amount that was tied to all the toys under the tree. I remember the memories. I remember the time, the quality time that I would spend with family. So I realized that, I'm sure as a parent, you want to get your kid all the toys and all the new gadgets and stuff, but not every parent is there financially, and that's okay. And if you are consuming content that makes you feel bad about yourself or second guess if you're doing enough, then don't watch it. Don't watch it, especially this time of year. There are enough things, coming together to create what could be a really bad mental health period for a lot of people. Now we're going into this whole thing with the new variants, and oh my God, it's a lot. Like, there are a lot of things at play right now, is my point. Tailor your subscription feed, tailor your Instagram. If you need to take some time off YouTube, that's an option as well. But do not ever allow these heavy consumerism influencers that are plugging things every single upload and every single post and story on Instagram to make you second guess if you're doing enough for your kids. Because if you're there and they have a safe home and a bed to sleep in, a roof over their head, give them the gift of presence. Give them the gift of not being on a device, not sitting on your laptop, watching YouTube, not being knee deep in technology, and being present is the best thing ever. Just to be there and create memories that are not related to being on a cell phone, being on a computer. Those are the things that kids will remember. And I'm speaking from the seat of a child that's all that I remember about my childhood. That is all that I remember, is the presence of the people that raised me and being there to make memories with them. And those are the things that I appreciate. Nowadays with these, nowadays with devices being such a normal part of every day, that also makes me really thankful that, cell phones were not what they are when I was a kid. Just because, and don't get me wrong, I'm on my phone a lot, but I also know when to put it down, and I know when to, especially when I'm at home, I know when to be present and when is a good time to sit on my phone and scroll for a little while. But that's the part I always think about. I'm like, these, especially with influencers and family vloggers, it's constantly, oh, I have to get this for the vlog. I have to get this footage. I have to put this on my phone. I have to take this picture. And I get, like, memories on video are vital, and it's really awesome to capture moments. But I feel like it's impossible to really be present in the moment with your kids if you are constantly looking at a screen. You're constantly watching YouTube. You're constantly scrolling on your phone. You're constantly, commenting and doing all of this. You have to be unattached and unplugged from your phone in order to truly be present. And that's my personal opinion. Some people might have another viewpoint, and we're all allowed to look at it however we want. But I do not believe that you can be truly present in the moment in spending quality, unedited, unfiltered moments with your kids if your head is constantly on the screen, on the phone. That's just how I feel. So anyway, I know that this was a little ranty and maybe even a little bit preachy, but that's just how I feel. I know that this month is going to be a little more annoying than others as far as product plugs and consumerism as a whole. So don't doubt yourself. You don't need to spend, $2,000 on toys to, make your kids happy. And that is where I will always stand on it. So either way, I'm going to get along with my day. And hopefully you guys are having a good one. So tell me what you think about all of this down below. As always, what do you guys think about the month of December, heavy consumerism? Tell me how you feel. So either way, for now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.